You don't. Do we need to talk back where we can hear you behind us? Who's that?
Hi.
Where are you? Oops.
Oh!
Oh, that was that.
You just broke my wrist.
I'm impressed. I thought it was a one-camera job. Oh, no, we don't have a monitor. Oh. I don't think so.
I think we're just
Tomo's doing those. That's Jeff's job. That'd be demarcation, wouldn't it?
Demarco? Who's he playing for?
Okay. No problem. Could you check my talkback? Can you hear me on talkback now? Is that correct, the microphone? Okay, lovely. I've got a habit. Mic's off, that's it. It's the crowd noise. It's very difficult to hear you.
What was it?
Good day from Rob Palmer and Phil Thompson, and welcome to the magnificent Anfield Stadium. The season may be over for the professionals, but not for these willing amateurs. The pitch is looking pristine. It looks like a beautiful lush green carpet down there as the two sets of players greet each other for the legends of football. It's the pitch Setanta team against Hilco Capital. We're live from Anfield Stadium. The managers today for Premier Sports, Jamie Carragher, and also returning to Anfield, the great John Barnes in charge of the Hilco City players.
Well, Rob, it is fantastic, as you say. I think there will be a few of these players who will be glad that it's not the sunshine that they had on Sunday. And it looks as though a few of them are carrying a bit of timber down there. No, I just meant John Barnes.
This is the pitch team. In goal is going to be the busy Rory McSkelly. In defence, he's got Collie Stafford. At number 4 today will be Roger Hall, a late substitution there. Dwyer's going to be on the touchline. Steve Younger, once of Sky, is, I'm told, their star player. John Owen, Richard Webb, Vasco Gomez, he sounds like a player. Steve Peck will be heading the strike force, supported by Stuart Turner, John Yule and Barry Wilson. Jamie Carragher is the manager. This is the Hilco Capital team. Well, the starting 11 as well. Phil, you've seen them. I don't think any of these are going to go 90 minutes. Maybe apart from the goalkeeper, Mark Blackman. You've got Steve Blackmaster, James Hodkinson, Matt Callahan, Matt Holt, Rob Wakeford, Rob Howells, Tom Weedle, Sam Woodward, Ryan Sher and Peter Diggins. And John Barnes, even though he hasn't played for a while, must feel like coming on seeing that starting 11. He was expecting sunshine with those sunglasses.
Goodness, yeah, not half.
Well, these are the subs. We will be seeing plenty of them, I'm sure, during the course of the afternoon. Gavin Fraser, Steve Morris, Johnny Davis, Dan Sterling, hoping he can play like Raheem Sterling, Neil Bailey, Michael O'Rourke, Patrick and Shane Hogan has decided to go for no number, but we will be able to recognise him, don't worry about that. The Hilco capital, Philip Duffy and Robert Russell part of the bench, with Jimmy Saunders, Chris Emmett, Henry Foster and Gavin Kane. Well, this is the picture you want hanging on your office wall forevermore.
Oh, absolutely.
The team picture at Anfield with a cop end behind you, Phil.
Well, I think that's the sort of money shot, isn't it? Is the wonderful cop in the background, and this is just an absolutely wonderful occasion. I still get a buzz, even the amount of times that I played on this. So for those guys down there to sort of be treading on the hallowed turf, I know the season's finished, but Rob, you and me have walked down on that grass. It is sensational for this time of the season. Normally when I was a player here at this time of the season, I had a lot of bear marks right through the middle. It just shows the change in the times.
Well, the pitch is looking pristine. It looks like it's the first game of the season, never mind after the last game of the season.
Well, I did. I was watching on Soccer Saturday, and Charlie Nicholas was doing the game. And as I said, the sunshine was just incredible. And they had all the sprays going on, and their sun was beaming down. It looked fantastic. And as you said, it looked like August day. It was absolutely incredible. And the lads down there now, they should make every moment count. Play as long as they can, 5 minutes or so. Looking at them, I think they'll be lucky to make 5 minutes.
But it's special, isn't it? I saw you take a bit of a breath, maybe subconsciously, as you came down the tunnel and you see that this is Anfield sign. Yeah, and there's a few Liverpool fans have already we've had a chat when we were down there, and I think that is the great thing coming out. And I know it's not the old main stand, which had so much history about it, but it's still Anfield. This new stand is absolutely astonishing, and it is the old "This is Anfield" sign, which we're all used to touch. It's a little bit higher now. I don't know what Sammy Lee would have done. He'd have needed a grappling iron to get up to it. But I would like to have thought that a lot of those guys down there would have touched it, because it is one of the must-do things when you come to Anfield. Well, it's a special moment for the starting 22 players. My first game at Anfield since they rebuilt this stand as well, and it's magnificent facilities. Jeff Shreves, our floor manager and reporter and presenter, has got everything organised down below. In
fairness to him, what a fantastic occasion for charity that this has all been for. Jeff being at the helm of it all, I just think it is fantastic what they've done. And again, it's great for the players, but it's wonderful for what the cause is for.
Right, gentlemen, you have 90 minutes that you're never going to forget for the rest of your life. These two teams are familiar. They have played each other before. They prefer not to talk about the game last year, which was held at Selhurst Park and previously at Upton Park as well, which were rather one-sided. It will be the team in white, Hilco City, managed by John Barnes, who are going to kick off defending the Cop End. It is a warm day on the banks of the Mersey, hence the rather pedestrian start to the game. We know they talk a good game, the Hilco City players. It's a fine footballing start. I didn't realise it was a walking football exhibition today, Phil.
Well, I must admit that was that was quite an incredible start. It was like ticky-tack of football. I can't even get it out.
Lovely turn there from Vasco Gomez, who has roots in Madeira, so I guess he's their Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh,
there is an appeal for a penalty. There is an appeal for a penalty.
But he can't. It's a dive, referee. You've got to book him.
I'm just looking. There may have been some kind of connection there, Phil. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, I think it must have been a worm that had tackled him, because it certainly wasn't a player with it near him.
I don't know. I think it was a very deep breath that sent him over there, Phil. Well, the man who's down is Matt Holt. He didn't want the first time his name was mentioned to be when he was getting back to his knees. He does describe himself as a centre-half who's got knees of glass.
Oh, me, your mate, up here. This is quite incredible. He is 33 years of age. We have to give him a little bit of slack.
Oh, I tell you what, I don't know if you saw the replay there, Phil, there's a bit of edge in that game, that tackle as well. Oh, we thought it was a friendly match, but clearly after 1.5 minutes, the scene has been set. This is Barry Wilson. Oh, Barry Wilson, in his mind's eye, that was going in the top corner.
Yeah, first shot of the day. Quite impressive. I think he's seen glory written all over it. Take a chance, try and strike it, try and get it. Scoring in the cop end would be quite something on his CV.
Well, playing out from the back, I'm not sure it's quite intentional there.
I don't think that was in.
Mark Blackman. It's all the rage these days, and for the goalkeeper to play it short, you never see them launch it to the halfway line anymore. And Mark, who clearly is a goalkeeper with great reflexes, he's not going to be coming for many crosses.
See, Big Matt Holt just stepped out. I thought he was playing at the back and stepped out in the field. There's John Barnes. Absolutely. Number 3, John Barnes, at my all-time great players of Liverpool. Kenny Dalglish and Steven Gerrard, the number 1 and 2 for me.
Salah has some way to go to get into your top 5 then, I guess, does he?
Absolutely.
It's a nice little ball down. They're really trying to bring into the game Vasco Gomez, who tells us he's 50 years of age, but I mean he's the number 8 for Premier Sports, who is looking exceptionally fit. He's obviously the go-to man for the Premier Sports team. That's Dan Sterling, not to be mistaken for Raheem Sterling.
Vasco Gomez is 50 years of age.
I know.
Oh my goodness. What's a chance?
Here's the man with no number. That is Shane Hogan.
Looks as though he's got a bit of pace, Rob. Yeah, Shane. Looks as though he's got a bit of pace. Oh, well cut out there by Stuart Turner. Thought he was in then. One of the Hilco City side players.
Onto the ball, well, I could say very quickly, it was there Peter Dickens, a winger and a Liverpool FC fan. The majority of the players out there today who've kindly donated to the charity are Liverpool supporters living the dream. We do have 1 or 2 United and City players as well who are infiltrating Anfield today. Sir Barry Wilson, who's got good close control. Steve Morris, the number 17 there for Premier Sports, who once missed a penalty in a shootout at Anfield, and he claims he missed the penalty when a dog was keeping goal. I think he's going to be taking the set pieces today. Matt Callahan playing the Phil Thompson role.
I like to sort of build up at the back. Got my number 4 shirt on. Big John Wilson there with an interception. He was playing in the Kenny Dalglish golf day the other day. He was quite exceptional, but having a look at him down there,
genuinely exceptional compared to you.
He was quite exceptional, yes. He looks a better golfer than he does footballer at the moment, Rob.
These look like the fairways of Birkdale, Royal Liverpool, maybe the greens. The pitch is looking magnificent. The echoes of the players around Anfield, but in their ears they can hear the cop on the Anfield Road cheering at each other. The go-to man, Matt Callahan. Trying to play football from the back. Little tester there for James Hodkinson.
It's one of the problems that you get is square passes across the back. You have to be extremely careful.
And that is a total footballer, in keeping with all the great centre-halves who have trodden the Anfield turf over the year, the likes of Lawrence and Alan Hansen, Gillespie, Sally Hoop. Am I missing any?
Yeah.
Gomez, he's demanding the ball in the centre of midfield. Tall, string areas on the ball again, you can see.
John Owen.
There's an overlapping run from James Hodkinson. Hodkinson, well, he could see what he was trying to do, just play the ball through to Peter Dickens, who'd made the move. What a no-nonsense challenge. He wasn't pulling out of that one there. The big number 5, Matt Holt.
He was. He's up for the game, isn't he, Matt? He's been involved. Turned his ankle early on.
Just launching it into the area. They're sticking to their pure footballing methods. Premier sports teams, most of the lads working for Setanta, for Pitch International as well. Was that
Stuart Turner, yeah, cutting it out. Rob, good position there. Grass seems to be playing a bit long. I don't think it's been watered as it was on Sunday afternoon.
I'm sure John Barnes and Jenny Carragher have the authority at this club to go and then have a word with the ground staff and get them to water it half. Oh, flying header in. Sam Woodward took to the air then. He thought that was his big moment. They can feel the shudders in for Zackley.
Oof, my goodness. Should have opened his eyes, I feel. It's actually a good ball in. Gets his foot round the ball. Oh my goodness. It was for the cameras, I'm afraid, that dive. Forgot about the ball.
Best chance of the game so far, with almost 9 minutes gone at Anfield Stadium. Rob Wakeford, back to Steve Buckmaster.
The Hilco team do like to pass it about. Must have had a good team talk off the manager, I must admit. Or 3v2.
Ball there from Barry Wilson. Oh, lovely. What a brilliant save. Well, I know you commented about the goalkeeper's height before the game, but he rose to 6'7" then to make that save. Tremendous stop from Mark Blackman.
Absolutely. I thought that was him because he's looking to bend the ball in the top corner. Sets it up here. You can see a la Michael Owen trying to bend it. Body shape. What a fantastic. Just comes there, you can see where he's trying to open the body up, just not enough. Fair play to the keeper. Well done, Jeff Stelling.
Unbelievable. Wilson's corner there is the tallest player they're looking for. Big John Owen, the number 6. Head and shoulders above the rest of the players out there on the Anfield turf. Shirt, hitting it long.
Sam Woodward again.
Oh, could be a strong challenge. The referee had a long, lingering look at that and decided it was just this side of fair.
Oh,
Tommy Smith would have been proud of that one.
I've Dermot Gallagher on that on Sky Sports. Checking up, I think that was a foul.
Well, it's a burst of pace. Ball was there to be won, and you are the expert, Phil.
Oh my goodness, that is a free kick. Oh my goodness. Sure,
Well, John Barnes seeking some kind of protection for his players down there.
There's the Gary Gillespie look-alike, John Owen. Oh, skills by big Matt Holt.
It is the defenders who are catching the eye.
Ryan Shea, he's seen him off the low.
He did, he saw it. It's great vision as well. Bringing appreciation from the opposing bench.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Holt, well done. Knew his whereabouts. What a terrific effort just before. Ryan Shea maybe carrying a bit of timber on his time, but you can see he's played the game. That is the most important. He's just got that crossing just before. And I think with that shot, knew exactly what he was trying to do, Rob, trying to bend it right into the top corner. Terrific effort.
Ryan Sher is actually his stage name. His real name is Sean Sher. But thankfully, he's opted not to go for that because it's too difficult for the commentators to get their lips around.
Sean Sher.
Sean Sher. Oh dear me. Well, they used to allow those kind of challenges in the 70s. It's Steve Morris who went flying in two-footed.
Studs up.
So
I tell you, Steve Buckmaster was not happy about it. He's pointing at the referee, asking.
Oh, some meaty challenges from the team that's been managed by Jamie Carragher. I don't know if that has anything to do with Carragher's pre-match team talk. This is Shane Hogan, the man with no number. To Dan Sterling. Oh, something's brewing here on the edge of there. Wonderful ball through. And that's a big call for the referee. He says no penalty.
Well, I don't need to see a replay. This is a penalty all day long.
Well, there's a pitch invasion. The manager's not happy. John Barnes has invaded the pitch. And he's having a word. I mean, this could lead. This could lead to a ban.
I think
for John Barnes. No. It's the payola. It's the arrangement they made before the game.
I think FIFA will be looking at this. Not saying that any officials have been bought or not, but I'm sure there was money changing hands.
Well, next season we'll have VAR.
I tell you what terrific play. That to me is a penalty all day long. Steve Buckmaster, he got that challenge just before. Still think he's a very angry man, and to me that was a penalty kick.
Well, Steve, in his profile before the game, told us he was best described as overweight and slow.
Well, I think he's a very educated man.
There's Peter Dickens. He's showing a lot of eagerness on this left-hand side, a right-footed number 11. Looks like John Robertson back in the day in the great Nottingham Forest team. James Hodkinson. I'm quite sure that was intended for
Rob Wakeford. Nice, give away possession. John Owens, nice and smooth. Gary Gillespie-esque. Twig is his nickname. Stick is Gary Gillespie's nickname, so you can see the likeness.
Well, there's another angle of the penalty. Wherever you look at it,
my
the ball
goodness.
was nowhere near.
I think Steve actually gets a touch here, but it's after he wipes him out.
Laid back from Hodkinson to his keeper, Mark Blackman, who's made the save of the game so far. He's put his team in trouble here, though. Well, I thought this was going to be a friendly game, Tomo, but I've not seen a game with an edge like this since the last Merseyside derby.
Oh.
I've seen friendlier derbies. Well, the family has turned out in force. The kids have come. The parents have come. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
I think they've got to be Steve Buckmaster's parents for the tackles that he's thrown in today.
Vasco Gomez, all clever, a little bit of skill. There may have been a foul in there, but the referee gives the advantage to the Premier Sports team, but then it turns into a disadvantage. Tight offside. Very close. I think it was Barry Wilson who had just strayed into the no-go zone.
That was very, very tight, and I'm a bit worried about the fitness of the linesman, or the referee's assistant as they are. Chance.
Streaking down the left-hand side is Ryan Sher. It's on his left foot. Sher! Oh, my goodness! That was his big moment. The hard work had been done, and then he breaks a couple of seats at the Anfield Road end.
What was I saying to you before, Rob? This boy's played a bit in his time. You can see it. All left foot. Reminds me of Diego Maradona when he's 60. And what a terrific effort. Knows it. Remember the shot that he had before, trying to bend that ball in from that side.
Making his first substitution. It's an introduction to Anfield for Robert Russell, who is a Liverpool fan and said in the build-up to the game he hasn't played 11-a-side football in 22 years. So that's since he was a teenager then.
Wow. Yeah, that's fine. Michael O'Rourke. Obviously, Mickey. They're getting shorter. Oh, he's in.
Oh, A couple of tactical substitutions made, but here is Wilson. 3 defenders and a goalkeeper to take. He has them slipping and sliding. He so wants to score. Now he passes on the responsibility. Players in the box, and it was the shot from Shane Hogan.
Yeah, Shane Hogan, he looks like, obviously he's got youth on his side. He's looking quite quick.
He's the youngest at 28, Phil.
It's 28.
Yep. He had a very easy pace round. But he's one of the true athletes out there. He still plays GAA football for the South Kerry's Harps, I believe. Well, this is the first set-piece routine. Oh, they've been working on this one. That's why they brought the substitute on. And it's
Patrick Hand.
It is. It was Mickey O'Rourke, I think, who had the air kick then for Premier Sports. It was his first kick of the ball. Well,
is that a
he
fan?
can't resist getting on the pitch, can he? What a wonderful turn this is from
Tom Weedle. Tom Weedle.
Oh, fine defensive play coming across.
Good covering from Neil Bailey. I like that very much. You have to sense. Who's that? You can't be having people walking on the pitch. Can somebody tell these managers?
So many promising moments in the game so far, but with almost 19 minutes gone, we await the first goal. Hobbling down the touchline, he's going to play any further part is Gavin Fraser. Some meaty challenges out there. This is Sam Woodward, who, well, he opted to keep the ball out of play, but it's gone the other way. Linesman's given a throw.
Bad idea, give away possession. Rob, tell me, after the delights of Barcelona at the weekend, 5-4, is this matching up to anything like it?
If I'm really honest, Phil, I think the standard of football is far greater than either of us have expected so far. The lads are doing justice. Look at the football they're trying to play. My last 2 games, Phil, as we mentioned to the players before the game, was the Clásico the Sunday before last, and then Barcelona losing their invincible titles on Sunday night. And that was a 9-goal thriller.
Tell you, watch this. Just watch this. Rob, you got to be quiet. Listen. Well, oh, look. What an effort. You can see he's drifting. Thierry Henry, like, out to the wing to be able to cut in and then bend that ball with that left foot. He's played a bit as Ryan.
We should give a mention to Rory Miskelly, the goalkeeper, because so far we haven't mentioned his name. He hasn't had a save to make so far in the Premier Sports goal. He won't thank me for this, but I should mention that he's actually a Manchester United supporter.
Yeah, he's not going to get any more mentions then.
Todd last year he was the man of the match in this game. Rory Miskelly, so far he hasn't had to dirty his knees. That's the player that's been taking the eye so far, the number 10, Ryan Sher, from South Africa, 41 years of age. John Owen, mastering the middle of the park. He was fouled after the event, but the referee is doing his best to keep the flow of football going here. That's a lovely ball. Seeking the pace down the left-hand side of Peter Dickens.
Yeah, Peter didn't really want it, did he? But he's now got the ball.
We know he wants it on his right foot. Lovely skill.
He's
What's
going.
He got intended? Oh, was a handball, referee? No, Peter Dickens doesn't give up the chase. Amazing run. And there's John Owens.
Too close.
Owens in his own time rolls it short to Barry Wilson. Barry Wilson, clearly the playmaker, soaked in sweat.
Yeah, he is. I think he got a sun shirt, I think, rather than the one that he should have been wearing. Just a little bit tight.
It's the look these days, Phil. Well, I've got a spare man on the far side. It's a good call. Roll back here to Dan Sterling. Sterling! Oh, he keep trying to chip this goalkeeper, but he's got his angles all worked out.
That's it. You can see that they've probably been listening to the managers.
It's an introduction to Gavin Kane.
Gavin Kane, Michael's son. Oh yeah, they're all going off.
Well, they introduced themselves to the players, Jamie Carragher and John Barnes, before the game, looked into their eyes and based their selection on that. And clearly, after knowing these lads for a quarter of the game, they've decided that they can maybe go with a stronger 11. His rolling substitution. Everybody giving their heart and soul. That's the only way to stop him at the moment. So Barry Wilson has been absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely.
And they've singled him out for some special attention.
Absolutely. And Big Matt, we said how well he started, but I think maybe even at this stage with nearly 23 minutes gone, his legs are tired and he's just wiped Barry out. Carragher clapped and applauded the challenge.
Well, Jamie Carragher has asked him to come off and just take a breather after forcing the free kick here. Will be taken by the teenager Dan Sterling. Sterling follows the line of the 6-0 ins and no diving header, and they have got the first goal. Premier Sports. It was obviously a set-piece routine that they've been working on, because Jamie Carragher sent on the substitutes, and Premier Sports have scored the first goal of the game.
Stuart Turner, I think it is, come up from the back. Absolutely. I don't think he knew what to do, to be perfectly honest. What a great ball in, North. Diving header, somebody tried to get on the end of it. And what a terrific finish by Stuart Turner.
Something they're never, ever going to be able to take away from him. A goal at the Kop end, wearing the all-red of Liverpool Football Club. Superbly taken by Stuart Turner. Now they're going for a quick 5 second as the Hilco City players are in a state of shock.
They certainly are, and it's, as you can see, the men in red once again scoring the goals, scoring at will. I think, there we go. The ball. It's a good ball. It's a good ball.
It was a brilliant ball. It was the diving header that threw the defenders.
Takes a bit of a deflection, and it's one of them. And I think Big Matt Holt will be looking at himself now, giving away a silly free kick out wide in a dangerous position. But what a terrific ball in.
Here's Patrick Hand. Cool hand. Patrick. Does that work? No. Oh, spots. It was intended for John. He got nowhere near it. Falls very kindly to the Premier Sports team. It's Michael O'Rourke. Another angle of the goal. You see what a great ball it was. That little bit between the keeper and the last defender.
I think we really have to give Stuart Turner a little bit of credit here, because that is a difficult one, because he actually takes it on the volley. Rob, the ball came in. It was obviously, you got to watch it coming over one of his attackers who's gone. You're just seeing it come in here. Takes a deflection there. The diving header could have put him off, but he takes it on a half volley. Absolutely terrific finish. 1-0.
So he's at the far post as well, waiting for any bits and pieces that may come here, but it's Rob Howells with a positive header away. From the last set piece, Premier Sports scored the opening goal of the game. It's John Ewell who's striding over there, thinking about playing it short to Dan Sterling. Oh, it's a set-piece routine. They've worked on this one. It's like the Royal Ballet, where they've choreographed this. What's at the end? What is the finale? It's fired into the far post, or just enough of a touch from keeper Mark Blackman. And Hilco City are just happy to escape their 18-yard box. They've been under intense pressure. Now Ryan Scher. What can Ryan Scher see? A man of great vision. He sees Tom Weedle, but Weedle is thrown off the defender. He's got a chance. The referee has a big call to make again. And John Barnes clearly didn't pay him enough there.
Absolutely. What a fantastic tackle by Steve Peck. I can even say without a replay, this was a terrific tackle. Tom Weedle, I think, made the most of it. Absolutely out on his feet. I think it was a...
John Barnes is demanding a return of the money from the referee, who he seemed to be paying these petrol expenses, I think, to not so long ago. Well, it's a brilliant ball, and then it was an unexpected burst of pace as well. He used his shoulder, saw off the defender. There may just have been a touch, Phil. You're the expert on these things.
This was, I told you without even the replay, it was a terrific tackle. The best tackle of the day. Chance.
Oh, big chance. 2-0. How about that? Wonderfully taken.
Drilled it in the bottom corner.
I tell you what, it's Casimir Knight who has scored that goal. The man who has staked a late claim to become a Czech international due to his marriage, and look at that. That was, he was just driven, absolutely driven, and he takes it in his stride. It's like he's done that all of his career, Phil.
Well, if you see it here, he set up this one. He's just there, gone past a couple of people, just a little bit of fade on the ball. What a terrific finish. So all the silky passes of the Hilco City lads have not brought any rewards for them. More power play from the Premier Sports guys. Well, they were looking for a penalty kick.
Well, it's how it changed in the matter of seconds, wasn't it? Tom Weedle's up there again, and they're looking for Ryan Shirt. They've got two great strikers, but they need to free them. It's the service they're getting from the midfield, which is letting down Hilco City at the moment.
Ryan Shirt is a bit of the go-to man. Marko Arnautovic or Wilfried Zaha. He's the go-to man. They need to get the ball to him more often. He's going to be their match winner.
Wonderful little bit of skill there from Dan Sterling. Here he is. Oh, and again. Showboating now. He wants to get on soccer AM, the boy. Plays a 1-2, demands it back. He can see something here, but the others weren't on his wavelength, and it was a little clip of the ankles from James Hodkinson. James gets booked today. Be very careful, because on his driving licence he tells his name is spelled incorrectly, so he could give any name to the referee if he decided to caution him. Free kick at the Coppin. Pushing everybody out of the way is Shane Hogan. If he was a wrestler, he says he'd be known as Bogey Hoagie.
Another Reds fan, he'll be looking to score in the Coppin.
Oh, no, he plays it round the back. It's Neil Bailey. Well, that was unselfish there from Shane Hogan, wasn't it?
Hogan getting the opportunity. There's his legs start to go on the young man. Well, I thought he would take that. You see, you look the size of the goalkeeper. With no disrespect to the goalkeeper, but you have to take that shot on. Just get a bit of elevation to it, and I think you've got a goal on your hands. Free kick, a la Jan Molby.
Well, they're still intent on playing the ball out from the back, and it's putting them all kinds of trouble here. Onto it quickly is Johnny Davis, and well, I don't know whether to fire that one as a cross or a shot, Phil.
No, I think it was just a little bit of legs going on the boys now. We're coming up to 30 minutes of play.
Rory Miskelly, this is his most difficult moment so far. I don't think he's actually touched the ball with his hands, but he almost gifts it to Tom Weedle.
Away. Thought he was Edison of Manchester City trying to sort of crossfield pass.
Weedle to Shirt. Is there something brewing here? Again, a half-hearted appeal for handball. Just a goal kick is given.
Yeah, you can see Mr. Shea there absolutely showing his disgust that the players are not on his wavelength.
Well, two Liverpool greats enjoying the occasion.
Is Carra trying to put John Barnes down? His team are 2-0 up. My goodness.
Johnny Davis isn't quite working out for Johnny so far. He said he will play anywhere for the team to play at Anfield, as long as it's not in defence. Rolled wide from Sam Woodward to Robert Russell, who's come on in the right back position. He's no Phil Neal. Here's Casimir Knight, scorer of the second goal for
Well, it was two centre-backs, wasn't it, who scored the 2 goals that we had today. What Casimir was doing up there, I do not know.
Centre-backs are allowed to score goals, you know.
I know,
never told you that in your career.
It wouldn't have been sort of any coaching from Jamie Carragher to centre-backs to score goals. Maybe in their own net.
Didn't Jamie famously scored more own goals than he scored goals for Liverpool?
Well, I actually scored 13 for Liverpool, and to Jamie Carragher, I was prolific. There's Mickey. Go, Mickey, go, Mickey.
Oh, in his own time.
Oh, playing
Michael
it in.
O'Rourke. Playing in little triangles here. I mean, it's Barcelona. I mean, it's Liverpool-like. Barcelona-like. Oh, there's confidence flowing through the veins of Premier Sport. This is exhibition stuff. Somebody get a video to Jurgen Klopp. This is the way to play.
Goodness.
They are teasing, they are taunting Hilco City. One or two of their meaty defenders are not happy about this. Barry Wilson back on the field of play. Is there a third goal in the air? Can Hilco City lift their game? Rob Wakeford.
Rob, it's a good ball in. Just can't get it going. They need to go to Ryan Shared. He's the go-to man, I've told you. Come on, Barnsley, sort your team out.
Well, Vasco Gomez, brave ball to Johnny Davis. He has options here, Johnny Davis. Well, he takes it all the way to the touchline, rolls it in, but
Matt Holt, great defender.
He's taken your eye, hasn't he, Matt Holt?
Aye.
Demanding the ball, and I mean demanding there, was Rob Wakeford.
Rob's give it to him. He's listening to me. Oh, drop of the shoulder by Ryan.
Oh, look at this. If only they had 11 Ryan Shares out there. Tom Weedle. He's got 5 in the centre. Who can he find?
That's a good ball.
Well, needed a good bit of defensive play there. Casimir Knight.
Let's have a look. Just so nonchalant. There, nearly gives it away. Little toe poke there. Takes it away from, gives it the eyes. Oh, Ryan, look at that. Just shrugs off the next player.
He's looking a little more concerned now. Jamie Carragher, his Premier Sports defence being put under a little more pressure. Barry Wilson, where's that number 14 shirt, the way that Jan Morby used to wear it? A little tight.
Yeah, tightly. Now, can one of these lads get the ball up in the air and give them all a chance? Come on, Sam. Come on, you can deliver it. Little bit of bend on it.
Well, Sam Woodward claims he once scored from the halfway line, so he can
Sam,
put some
you've got to use the
power
bend. He has used the bend. He did get it up there. Big John Owens.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Carragher. An average making a substitution every 5 minutes, getting the fluids back on board. Well, the team may have had fluids last night by the look. Ryan shirt, wearing the number 10 shirt with distinction. Oh, look at that. Try that one at home, kids. Here we go. He's got a full array.
Oh, what a ball.
The goalkeeper comes with tidy punch. Oh, the goal was gaping. Rob Wakeford had the header there, and time stood still for Rob.
Rob, what an opportunity. Head like a dice. What a chance you have just had. But my goodness, how good was Johan Scheer there?
Johan
Cruyff. We've had the Johan Cruyff turn. Now we've got the Johan Scheer. It's hard to say.
Here's Barry Wilson. Barry Wilson through one defender, but it's
Matt Holt again.
Yep.
There we go. Sam, good touch.
Slowing play down is Rob Wakeford, still mulling over that chance he had a couple of minutes ago.
He's having a little bit of a struggle.
It is, it's Chris
Emmett.
Chris Emmett, yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll be, is the arm going to go up there for a substitution? I thought it was. Good there. Oh, he's pulled a hamstring.
Oh, poor Chris. He may play no further part in this game. The monster, as he's known, Leeds United fan, the number 16. He's played his part for Hilco City.
Phil Duffy's on in his place. The Cat is his nickname. Don't see any gloves on him.
It's because he gives his defence kittens. Wilson.
No, you can laugh.
Owens holding everybody off.
Nutmeg on Tom Wheatley.
Vasco Gomez plays it wide. Well, he's been the standout defender.
Chance
so
of a break,
far.
counter-attack. Counter.
In your own time, Rob.
Counter.
Rob just rolls it to his big number 9, Sam Woodward.
Oh,
steps over it. Tom Wheatle.
Dummy.
Now to Ryan Sher. Expectancy in the air when Ryan Sher gets the ball. What's he going to do this time? He tries to go through the defender. He goes around him and he forces the first save of the game. Well, he'd like to come off, but they can't afford to take him off. He's their best chance of a goal.
Vasco Good
Gomez
skill.
makes it look so easy, but he needs the support. He can't see anything at the moment.
I think he got that from Ronaldo. Madeira background for him. Oh,
Michael
Mickey, what a ball.
Oh, it is, and the big number 5 up there, Steve Younger. Not the first time he's played at Anfield, I believe. Steve Morris looking for Mickey Rourke. Breaking out of defences, Tom Wheatle. This is Jimmy Saunders. Oh, he's no Dean Saunders. More like Tom Saunders. Bless him. Oh, they've got their Vavavoom back now, especially since Barry Wilson came on the field. Stroking the ball around Anfield. Mickey O'Rourke steps over it, but there's nobody reading his excellent anticipation. It was an unfortunate landing there for Richard Webb.
Oh, he's in.
Oh, there's a chance. It's Hogan who's through, and he wasn't pulling out with the goalkeeper. And Mark Blackman takes it.
Could be a red card. Could be a red card.
I think Mrs. Blackman's going to be concerned about that injury.
Baying for it. Shane, what have you done?
Well, he put himself in trouble by playing the ball out blindly to Philip Duffy. Hogan was never going to pull out at the cop end. Don't rub 'em, count 'em, I think is the expression, Phil.
Well, I think, Mark, you're doing well to get back up here, and it looks like the physios are just about. I think the physios have pulled a hamstring. It's took them that long to get on to Mark.
I think it's one of those injuries where you don't want the cameras prying, and certainly don't want anybody.
There's the one, just this.
Putting ice down there.
Oh my goodness! Oh,
another one as well.
My goodness, Richie.
He said he's known as the ball boy. See why then. Well, a third goal for Premier Sports could be the killer goal. Hilco aware of
ball.
That. Away goes James Hodkinson.
Kevin De Bruyne there.
Sprinting down the left-hand side, and a brilliant tackle from Steve Morris.
Another LFC fan, Stevie. All these LFC fans, I think, will be heading round to the ticket office to see if there's anything spare.
Ryan Sher's cross, agonisingly just across the 6-yard box. Needed the touch, and it was the man again. He's getting to the positions, Rob Wakeford, isn't he?
Yeah, some energy levels. Oh, he's got a chance again.
Well, again, it was Ryan Sher who created something from nothing.
Looks as though some of the fans have had enough over the far side there. Just walking round. I think it's a half-time pint for them with 4 minutes to go. Stuart Turner looking to come back on.
The scorer of the first goal of the game, Stuart Turner. Caged on the touchline, hung in the air and rising above everybody. Well, it was Ryan Sher yet again. On a better day, he could have had a hat-trick.
He is a man of many talents. John Toshak-like. Go, Daddy, go, Daddy.
Well, just 3 minutes to go to half-time. I don't think any of the players out there will be disappointed if the referee.
Stevie Morris, that was his
oh, was it?
son.
Morris Jr. Morris Minor was
big
it?
moment for them. He's just... I feel like Hilco trying to get back in a foothold in the game, Rob.
Well, a goal before half-time, and it could change the venom in the team talk of John Barnes at half-time. Quietly spoken gentleman, John Barnes, but you do not want to be in the changing room when his team is trailing by 2 goals. All goes out of the window. Matt Holt runs into trouble. He's left a big gap for Premier Sports to try to expose at the back. The bodies all over the place down there. Come on, lads. Only 2 minutes to half-time. Back on your feet. Tom Wheatley, you've got to be some player to wear bright yellow boots like that. His nickname as well is Tomo. You've got to be some player to take on a nickname like Tomo.
Tomo? God, like Tomo Wheatley.
John Owen, let it slip, and there is Tom Wheatley in the banana boots.
Yeah, I think they need a bit more from Tom. He looks one of the younger men, but they've given it away, trying to play the ball out.
There is John Owen.
John, too lackadaisical, Big John.
Well, he makes up for his error, John, by chasing back and stopping Jimmy Saunders. Sam Woodward looking for support.
Collie Stafford making a mistake there. Not too many mistakes at the back for them.
Oh, it's a ball of vision from Tom Wheatley. Sadly, nobody else was tuned in to his particular wavelength. Oh, they're losing their way a little bit. There's a chance here.
Told you, sensed it.
Showing signs of physical and mental exhaustion, the Premier Sports team. Are they a 90-minute side? It's a great ball through. It's Wakeford again. Oh, he finally gets his goal, and that has been coming to Rob Wakeford. He's had a hat-trick of chances, and right on the brink of half-time, he gets a vital goal. Well, that's changed things.
That was, what a terrific goal. You can see Ryan Shears saying his game intelligence. He gets the ball. He knows Rob is waiting for it. Takes a bit of deflection as it's on its way. But as you say, Rob's got in there a number of times to try and get it, and he reduces the deficit.
Well, that's going to soften the team talk of John Barnes at half-time. And right on the 45-minute mark, the referee has drawn the first half to a close.
John Barnes taking some advice down there. He's on the phone.
He had money on his team not scoring, I think.
John Barnes taking a bit of advice there, I think, from Gareth Southgate, maybe. Pitch Setanta 2, Hilco Capital 1. We've got the highlights here.
Let's have a look at the highlights of the first half. That was the flying header. Another one created by Ryan Sharon at the near post. And he was getting closer, almost inch by inch, Rob Wakeford. Would see him score eventually. Premier Sports forced the first save of the game from Mark Blackman.
Yeah, Mark, they're trying to take on his height, just not getting enough on it. It's a good save, actually.
Well, this is Ryan Sherp, who almost chipped the goalkeeper. He has been excellent. I got a feeling there's a goal in him. And then this was like the Liverpool first team, and that was the one the referee ignored.
Absolute blatant penalty for me. There it goes. Little touch from the attacker, from Shane, and he gets wiped out by Stevie Buckmaster.
Well, Wakeford again, and Sherp combining brilliantly, and then this was the fine footwork. He spotted the goalkeeper's position and then blasted over the bar.
I think he'd be really disappointed in that. It was such a good opportunity.
Well, this was the free kick that led to the goal. I mean, he wiped him out. I mean, he was so shaken by that Barry Wilson, he had to go off. Left it to Dan Sterling to take the free kick, perfectly flighted, and then brilliantly finished by Stuart Turner. Yeah,
Stuart was there. As I say, when you watch this one come in, just takes a deflection. There's a diving header, but he still keeps his eye on the ball. Stuart just steers it in on the half volley.
Well, this was the view from the Kop end as Mark Blackman punched the ball out. Hilco launched the counter-attack from that one.
Can't give it away so easily in that position.
Well, Casimir Knight came on and he made a difference in this game. Within seconds or minutes of coming on, he gets his goal at Anfield, and you can see how he can't be a popular man because nobody was celebrating with him.
He plays this ball, goes for the 1-2, maybe gets a little bit fortunate, but keeps his eye on the ball. From about 14 yards, bends the ball beyond the goalkeeper.
Well, everything we've seen has come from Ryan Shirt. Look at that. I mean, there are shades of John Barnes about him. What if Johnny was his hero when he was growing up? And there he was, and he created it and he blasted it at the top. Ryan Shirt.
It's the share show.
Well, he's not sharing anything, is he?
My goodness.
Well, you're right, it is the share show. I mean,
that's Johan Cruyff.
We've seen things we've never seen before here.
Sets up another opportunity.
Well, if they had a finish up, they really would be a good team, Hilco City. The man who's got into the positions has been Rob Wakeford, and there was Rob right on the brink of half-time.
If his name had been Sonny, it had to be, didn't it? Sonny and Cher.
Oh, Wakeford had the air, and he took it so casually. So many things must have been going through his mind then, but he selected the square of the net, and he was so accurate.
Oh, it wasn't. He needed something. You could sense it. I said to you, Rob, it was like 5 minutes before that. You could feel that they were trying to get back. Maybe it was the substitutions by Barnes. He realised we need something to get back into the game. Made the right substitutions, getting a bit of legs in there, and lo and behold, they got the rewards.
Well, at half-time, the pitch and Setanta boys are leading Hilco Capital by 2-1. Normally we get 15 minutes, but these lads are eager to get out there. They've turned themselves around. The referee's having none of it though. He wants the full 15 minutes. We have to mention as well the generosity of Liverpool Football Club to allow the players to come on and live the dream here at Anfield Stadium. Previously they've been at Selhurst Park and Upton Park. Next year the guys, I'm sure, are going to be generously bidding again to go play at Stamford Bridge. Over £7 million has been raised for Nordorf Robbins and music therapy. A wonderful cause. A lot of people, our own Jeff Shreves, and a massive team behind the scenes putting the time and the effort in. And every single penny that they have donated has been worth it today to go out there and to tread the boards of the greats.
Absolutely, and you know, people, they do finance this and they put a lot of money into it, but what a fantastic occasion. So it's a win-win for everybody. You're looking at them, most are Liverpool fans down there. What an opportunity for these men to play at Anfield. Certainly the ones who have scored the goals. Terrific.
Well, the two half-time team talks from John Barnes and Jamie Carragher. Short, sharp, to the point. Man in the neutral zone there, Jeff Shreves getting the second half kicked off. It is Premier Sports. The boys from Setanta and Pitch International, who have a 2-1 lead after 45 minutes, but noticeably tiring, losing a little bit of shape. Hilco Capital getting that vital goal just before half-time from Rob Wakeford. They're going for a quick-fire second there. Maybe a change of shape as well. I think they were playing a 4-4-2 in the first half. It was hard to tell, but it looks now as though they're going for a 4-3-3 formation. Tom Weedle, not quite what he intended. If they'll accept them back, I'd take those boots back, Tom. Sir Alex Ferguson always used to tell his young players that you had to wear black boots until you'd earned the right to wear the fancy Dan colours.
Gerard Houllier once said that to Bruno Cheroux when he was wearing his white boots.
Did Bruno ever get to white boots again?
Nope.
Barry Wilson. We've seen him in fits and starts,
Yeah,
Barry. He keeps coming on and coming off.
Yeah, Barry was very influential in the side to take a grip of the game early on in the first half, but then drifted out of it. I think he needed his break and needed a drink, a pint.
There's a great ball in there, but a brave header. I believe it was Sam Woodward that was back aiding his defence, and oh, look at that for confident goalkeeper. They're bullying this goalkeeper. That's twice they've had a little bite at him.
Come on.
Mark Blackman's he's going to go home battered and bruised, isn't he? Still recovering from the nasty blow to the midriff in the first half. He does have a history of injuries as well. He was once knocked out in the game after banging his head on the goalpost. I trust it was going for the ball and not in frustration. Buckmaster to Wakeford. Shirt.
Rob
might need
looks
to
as
give
though
the
he's
guy
played
off.
a little bit, Rob Wakeford. Him and Sher seem to be on the same wavelength.
Well, he's that intelligent kind of midfield player, Rob Wakeford, which is backed up by the fact that his claim to fame is that he got his university colours at UCL.
Yeah, just like myself.
University College of Central Liverpool, is it?
Oh, good turn.
Very good turn from Steve Peck. Peck won't give up the chase. This is Vasco Gomez. Gomez to Wilson. Oh, but he just didn't arrive quite in time. It's like his train last night into Lime Street. Is there a little bit of needle emerging in this game? The referee's kept his cards dry so far, but he might have to make an example of somebody very soon.
Oh, I think it's once the tiredness creeps in, I think you'll see the lazy tackles going on.
Owen,
oh,
brilliant ball. Fantastic run. Oh, so very, very close. Was that little Johnny Davis over there?
It was little Johnny D. Gets in there, great ball. Great setup play by Big John. Big Twig plays that ball inside the fullback. Should be doing better, should hit the target.
Keeper's passed on the kicking duties after the couple of batterings he's taken from the opposing strikers. You mentioned before, he's like the Edison of the Hilco capital team.
Oh, some skills.
Oh, look at that. Wonderful from Wakeford. But nobody supporting
I think he's
him.
asking for a free kick. I think he's feeling a bit precious at this moment.
Stuart Turner. 1-2 with Wilson. Has to hold it up because it may have been Vasco Gomez who strayed slightly offside. He's still there from the previous move. Oh, a nice header.
Oh, clever play.
Did look suspiciously offside, Rob Wakeford there.
Yeah, I think his legs were given out. I think he's done that much running forward. As I say, when you see Ryan Sher and Woodward.
Just checking to make sure we're giving everybody a name check so far. We haven't given a name check to Collie Stafford, but the reason is he's still sitting down below us on the bench.
No, he was on before. He was on earlier on. Give him a little bit of a mention. He was actually wearing a number 3. He was playing at right back in the first half.
Owen, excellent here from Steve Younger. Massive Liverpool supporter, living the dream. Oh, look at this as well. He's played like his idols, Younger. He hasn't put a foot wrong or made an incorrect pass so far. Wearing 5, but don't be deceived by that. I remember Younger when he was that. Younger. Wakeford. has Sher and Woodward in the centre. Oh, Wakeford felt he'd been body checked then by Patrick Hand. No kidding the referee.
Yeah, he played for it, Rob. Didn't have the pace to go by him, just drew the foul. Gives them an opportunity.
Wakeford's taking all of the free kicks.
He's taking it quick, trying to
Wakefield into that area. Oh, that's a brilliant, well, that's an excellent interception there from Casimir Knight, and the goalkeeper, Rory Miskelly, throws himself on the ball.
Yeah, really the first thing that he's had to do, besides them picking the ball out of the back of the net. What a ball in. Watch the way he drifts it. Watch the way he drifts it. It's actually good defending it in the end.
It's Ryan Shell that was...
by Roger.
Wilson. Ooh, tries to go through. Audacious. This is Rob Wakeford. Offside. Well, the second half hasn't been quite so easy for the Premier Sports team. Setanta and pitch, and they look a little bit divided at the moment. Nice little layoff there. Now Shane Hogan. Wakeford. Well, in the first half, it certainly was Ryan Sher who was making things happen, and since his goal, he's gone to another level on Wakeford. Now Neil Bailey. Bailey's just come on. It's either that or he hasn't broken sweat so far. Buckmaster gets himself in trouble.
Back to Neil Bailey.
Here is Neil Bailey.
Oh,
Bailey puts in an excellent cross. Mickey O'Rourke, Phil's favourite. Shane Hogan. Hogan to Owen.
Matt Callaghan there coming on, doing really well in the right back spot.
Offside. Oh, a little bit lazy from Ryan Sher. I think he may need a little rest there. Umpires might have to take him off. He doesn't want to, but he may have to take Ryan off and just get some fluids back on board. And by that I mean water and energy drinks. Dan Sterling to Owen. Callahan to his limping goalkeeper, the injured soldier. Michael Rourke. They've got a spare man who I think might just have come off the boot there of Neil Bailey. Brilliant by O'Rourke. I think that was his shot, but it's played in. A wonderful little bit of skill. Oh my goodness, all of the hard work had been done there by Johnny Davis. He was dancing, Johnny Davis.
Oh my goodness, what a great take. Absolute great take. Just watch the skill here. This ball comes in. It's Dennis Bergkamp-esque.
Look at that.
Oh my goodness, he will be so disappointed when he sees that back.
Johnny. Well, Roger Hall came on and played a fleeting part in number 4 for the Premier Sports, but it's needs must for Jamie Carragher. He's maybe opting for a little bit more defensive stability here as his team are getting under intense pressure from Hilco Capital. I was going to say hit aimlessly, but it was hit towards Wakeford, who seems to be everywhere. Started on the right wing, he's gone into the centre-forwards position now. Buckmaster lays it short. Matt Callahan. The only way is back, Matt, to your goalkeeper. Yeah, sensible to Matt Holt. Holt to Rob Howells. Howells missing out the defenders. Oh, Referee's assistant cruelly judging that James Hodkinson was offside.
Referee's assistant's been overworked on this line. Oh,
they look relaxed in those seats. Yeah, they look like they're aircraft pilots in those seats, don't they? It's not the bench. Well, I was going to say the bench that you sat on.
The bench,
you never sat on the bench as a player.
We couldn't even see the far side of the pitch back in the day, those old dugouts.
And of course, when you stood up as the assistant manager, the fans cruelly had a chant for you.
What was that called?
I don't know.
Sit down, Pinocchio, sit down. I missed that. Oh, it's a break on. It's a break on.
It is. It's excellent footwork from Steve Buckmaster.
Oh, he's running into trouble.
Oh, in there. A strong challenge from Rob Howells. Ooh, a bit of afters on the halfway line. It was Sam Woodward who left his mark. Barry Wilson desperate to get on. He seems to be having a split shift. He seems to play 5 minutes and then come off for 5 minutes, Barry.
I think he's having a breather because he was so influential early on. Oh, Tom Woodall, there you go, Rob.
Just a footstep away from Rob Howells.
Yeah, Ryan Shears had his 5 minutes rest. Need to get him back on. Johnny Barnes pushing him back onto the pitch. Got to get your best players on the pitch.
Well, John Barnes is surveying the crowd at the moment, asking if any of the grandparents or children would like to come on and have a game to raise the standard of the Hilco Capital team. We're a little bit harsh from Barnes, who I think might be in his last game as manager of the Hilco Capital team.
Yeah, Philip Duffy back on as well. He's back on in his yellow boots.
Well, he got there as quick as he could there, James Hodkinson. He was just too late for the referee's line.
I think it might be a bit of cramp. I think Shane, that's not Shane, is it? Who is it? I think it's Johnny D.
It is Johnny Davis, who's still hurting after that magical movement in front of the goal.
It was a bit like Dennis Bergkamp, wasn't it? Against, who was it? Or it could have been Newcastle, could have been Leicester.
Neil Bailey. Bailey puts in the dangerous ball. It needed a touch. He was offside, Shane Hogan.
Shane, you'll be glad that flag went up. What an opportunity.
It's a story of missed second half chances for the Setanta and pitch players. It's the big number 9, Stephen Peck, who returns to the field. Wears 9, but has himself down as defender.
Stephen Peck. Who is it? Is it for JD? It's come off here.
Well, I think he's scarred, but he's psychologically scarred. Johnny Davis, after that chance, he's hobbling. It's not his leg that's hurting, it's his pride that's hurting. After one of the most magical bits of skill we've seen at Anfield this season.
Phil Duffy's kept himself fresh.
Barnes has warned his players if they don't raise the game, he's going to do a rendition of The World in Motion. Doesn't need an excuse.
Good ball in.
Oh, chested back very casually there by Steve Younger. Knew what he was doing.
On Jan, it is Steve.
Cool head in the gallery, cool head in the 6-yard box, Steve. Oh, there is very little between these two teams. It's been a wonderful matchup so far.
Yeah, Robert, at one point you felt as though Premier Sports were just going to run away with this game, and they did very, very well. About 10 minutes to go. After his rest.
Oh, there is Cher. Sensational pass to Wakeford. Oh, and he rushed it. First thing he's done wrong in the game, Rob Wakeford. Well, they're enjoying the sunshine, but that's bad news for the players down there as the temperature goes up a few degrees. Goalkeeper hesitates, he's left it to his defender, he eventually got there. Doesn't give up the chase though, Matt Callaghan. Oh, he had 3 little bites at that.
Well played.
Well done, excellent
well played,
defending.
Matt, brilliant defending. Well done. Vasco, unlucky. It's a terrific ball. Both players' eyes on the ball. Both of them going for a challenge. 2 challenges. 3 challenges.
Complete commitment. Good to see the sportsmanship as well. The handshake after the event. Not a cloud in the sky now over Anfield. Shadows being cast on the field of play by these 22 footballers having the experience of a lifetime. They can head off and see the 5 European trophies in the museum after the game. Maybe 6 next week. First time I've been at Anfield, Phil, and I've had to shield my eyes from the sunshine.
That's beautiful. Shane, what a goal. Dan Sterling, good ball. Dan Sterling get to Vasco.
Yes, Vasco Gomez to Shane Hogan. Oh, Hogan gave it away. How could he not see Tom Weedle in those boots? Tom plays it long, trying to pick up on the pace.
Philip Duffy tried to get in there.
Stuart Turner, the scorer of the first goal, who
shows some fine defence.
Yeah, he did.
At this stage of the game, 62 gone.
Oh dear, referee. Well, has he got his cards with him? Because that is deserving of one for Matt Holt. A show of temper from Matt. Sick note he's known as.
Absolutely.
Given his injury record.
This I think is deserving of a red card. You won't like that, Matt. But my goodness. Off.
Is there a sin bin here?
Me.
Jamie Carragher is stunned by that challenge.
No, Jamie was applauding it.
You'd never find Jamie doing something like that.
Oh, he's gone after him as Dan Sterling.
Well, down on the touchline, Jamie Carragher has taken the jacket off. The sleeves are rolled up, and he's hoping that his players from Premier Sports will follow suit as well. Oh, a nice little drop of the shoulder. It's Dan Sterling. Oh, but Dan had run out of gas by the time he got within 8 yards of goal. Is that Vasco Gomez going through some kind of yoga routine on the touchline? Neil Bailey to Barry Wilson.
Oh,
cheeky little flick.
And
he continues the run as well. He's like a ghost. He's haunting them.
Oh, it's a dive.
Well, the referee's letting everything go here. John Barnes needs to go to another cash point to find some more money to supplement the referee. Ryan Sharp. Ryan plays the ball through. Offside. Just offside. It was Philip Duffy. He says in his profile that he plays either in goal or left back. He found himself with a nosebleed then at centre forward.
What a fantastic ball, outside of his left foot. Oh my goodness, that is
simulation, wasn't it?
Oh.
Well, the referee's been charitable. That could have been a booking for taking a clear dive. Michael O'Rourke to Barry Wilson. Barry berates himself. Meanwhile, the offside trap is sprung again, and it's Stuart Turner, the leader of the back line. It started, Phil, as a fine footballing spectacle, but now there's a lot of needle out there. Pleasantries have gone. Sam Woodward can't get there.
Sam Woodward.
Oh, he's seeking his second.
He's seen the opportunity, didn't he? You could see his name up in lights on the cop. He went for it, tried to, but the tiredness, just leaning back. Ball has absolutely sailed over. I think it ended up in the River Mersey, I think.
It's just landed on the Wirral. I like the way that Rob Wakeford was blaming the grass here. There's not a single blade of grass out of play. Maybe getting sued by the Anfield groundsman. This is Jimmy Saunders. Fanciful little flick from Jimmy. Now Tom Weedle. Tom to Rob Howells. Rob Howells to Buckmaster. Is there something brewing here? Wakeford. Cheeky little ball from Wakeford to Sher. Important header from Michael O'Rourke. Wakeford once more. Wakeford cuts it back. Oh, cool-headed defending from Barry Wilson. They've got 8 men back in defence here. Premier Sports defending a single goal lead as we're 3/4 of the way through this game. Clearly offside, Shane Hogan. Wakeford. Oh, you needed to bring it down, Rob. He's blaming the others for not reading his intentions, but he had the freedom of the 18-yard box.
If you ask me, he was caught in 2 minds, whether to bring it down, whether to take the chance himself, or whether to set somebody up.
Rob Wakeford, known as Wakers. I think I'm reading that correctly.
Why is that?
Might have missed a letter out.
Serious must compliment the players on the fitness.
There's a lot of skill being shown out there. They have
Tom
done
Weedle's down. I think he's cramping up.
Well, it's the end of a long, hard season for the players of Hilco Capital and the Setanta and pitch players forming Premier Sports. They haven't told us, Phil, if this is a draw, does it go to extra time? Surely they go straight to penalty. I don't think these lads could do extra time, could they?
I don't think they could reach the penalty.
Replay, Goodison Park, next week. Well, that was the back pass. Free kick is taken quickly as it's disputed by the goalkeeper. Well, Mark Blackman, I think he was still back in the 1970s then, where you could pick the ball up from a back pass. Couldn't you, Phil?
You've got to ask his age.
Claims to be 39.
What's a chance now?
Here's Sher, keeper's off his line, but well, it's because Rory Miskelly had worked out his angles.
In fairness, that was his right foot, which was his weaker one. Maybe he should have waited, particularly from 25 yards. You'd think Ryan would have waited to try and get it onto that left foot.
There was a scream from John Barnes on the touchline, who now wishes that he hadn't influenced the referee in the first half. We have seen some attire on the touchlines over the years with the managers' coats. I don't think many are going to be following the example of John Barnes. He's gone back to the hippie age with his coat. This is a great run. Rob Wakeford's there. Fine touch from Rob Wakeford. He needs the support. He gets it from Sam Woodward. Back to the playmaker Wakeford. Wakeford rolls it in. Slightly overhit from Tom Weedle.
More skills.
Ryan Sher, oh, we know anything could happen when he's got the ball at his feet. An important interception. And the shot, deflection. It's a corner, it was an important deflection.
Absolutely, what a drive to be honest. But once again, it was Peter Dickens. It was great because he picks this up greatly. Just watch this. What a strike, and I tell you what, it was good defending as well. Just
the splits that Stuart Turner did, I think. Those yoga classes were worth it, Stuart. Wheedle's corner puts his full might behind it. They're packing the defence here, Premier Sports. They've got 10 back in defence. So there's nobody really for Mickey O'Rourke to aim for.
No, I think it was Patrick Hand, isn't it?
Was it Patrick
Hand? Yeah, Patrick. Cool head.
Yeah, you're right. They go to the same barber. Twins. Oh, Ryan Wilson. Ryan Wilson.
Barry Wilson.
Barry Wilson, yeah. Ryan Wilson is one of the Liverpool youngsters who's
Ryan Wilson.
Man United.
Manchester
Hull City.
Ryan Giggs.
Right, I always get Barry Wilson and Ryan Giggs mixed up. Easy to do.
Because that was his proper name, wasn't it?
Ryan Wilson.
Yeah. What a font of information I am.
I want you in my pub quiz. Ryan Shat. Safe ways back from Steve Morris to goalkeeper Rory Miskley. Steve Morris to Patrick Hand. He's a lookalike. Michael O'Rourke has come off, so there's no mistaking the two players. Both look a little bit like Alan Parry, don't they? Like the
Richard Webb's back on.
There is Patrick Hand. Cool Hand Patrick, as we call him in the first half.
It's maybe a little bit too early yet, Rob, to say they've got to just go for it. As Hilco, maybe 20, just less than 20 minutes to go.
Well, I was told the players will tire in the second half, but they're just finding their feet in many ways. It's a great ball. There is Ryan Shat.
Skill. He
doesn't need support, he's put it onto his left foot. Anything could happen here. Oh, mightily close as it rattles the stanchion behind the goal. There may have been an offside in there.
I don't even know whether to watch it again. You can see what he's trying to do, get onto that left foot, but you can see the defenders of the Premier Setanta team know what he's good at. He's coming inside. Watch the support from the defenders. Just doing a decent shot.
I think Rory Miskley will say that he
had it covered
all of the way. It was a dive just for the cameras. And Philip Duffy taking a breather down there, wearing the David Fairclough number 12 shirt.
Rob, skills!
Tom Weedle to Shat, he knew he was offside.
Needed the ball early, made his run. Tom just couldn't get the ball out of his feet.
He's a ball to feet kind of man, isn't he, Ryan Shat?
Yeah.
He's not one who's that turn of pace.
Phil Duffy slotting in at right back, just come off the bench. So he's gone from striker
Roger Hall
to right back.
Roger maybe hasn't got a lot of touches of the ball, but he's kept the shape when he's been on the field for Premier Sports.
Good header by Patrick.
He's finding energy reserves that we didn't think he had. Steve Morris, he can just stand on the ball, as the great Liverpool teams did back in the 70s and 80s. You just roll it back to Ray Clemens, backwards and forwards for the final 10 minutes, when you're allowed to.
Across the pitch.
Dashing down the right-hand side. Oh, referee. Well, he looks at his assistant. Nothing wrong with that. Now Shane Hogan. This is the chance to kill the game. That could be the finishing goal.
Roger Hall coming on. What a finish. Ball was given away. Let's see this again.
Well, a defensive mistake, and it was Shane Hogan chasing it down.
Nice easy ball.
Roger Hall, 1-2, goal, bang, 3-1.
Actually waited for Mark to move and then just put it over him.
Perfectly taken from Roger Hall, who was a late addition to the Premier Sports team. I think his name is inked in for next year if they make the generous bid again to the Nordorf Robbins Music Therapy. Patrick Hand, walking on air at the moment, rolls it to Barry Wilson. Wilson to Owen. Michael O'Rourke, not to be mistaken for Patrick Hand.
Like the Mitchell brothers, aren't they?
Smaller version. More like Peggy Mitchell. I never watch EastEnders. Rob Wakeford to Matt Callahan. Don't write off Hilco Capital just yet. They've invested too much in this game to let it go with 14 minutes to go. Jamie Carrier is going to be claiming Manager of the Month. Well, now Hilco having to take a gamble. Their own players forward has left just 3 in defence. It's 3 against 5. But taking charge of the situation. Is that Matt Holt again?
Matt Holt. What do we say? Chopper Holt after his tackles today.
Rob Howells looking for movement, not getting any. Seeking Sam Woodward. Sam looks like he's on the last few yards of a marathon. Oh, they call them Snickers these days, don't they?
Yeah. Collie Stafford back on the pitch. He's making fleeting appearances in this side. Oh, Patrick showing all his experience.
To Owen. Where is Collie? He's been the quiet man of the game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has.
He keeps sneaking on and off. Hasn't played a prominent part, but it's a team effort from Premier Sports. Here's John Owen. Oh, defence-splitting pass. Barry Wilson did not want to hear that whistle echoing around Anfield Stadium. He thought he finally had his moment then. The lungs are bursting of the players who have been out there centre stage for Premier Sports. Coolly playing it back, Roger Hall, who scored that third and possibly killer goal.
James Hodgkinson just come on there, Jason back. Should be quite fresh, James. Not made too many appearances today.
It's his second appearance at Anfield this season, because he was here a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Supporting Manchester City in the Champions League. Doesn't know what it's like to win at Anfield, does he? Well, he's from a fine footballing family, because James's 3 lads are all at Stoke City, hoping to follow in the footsteps of their dad and maybe one day play at Anfield. Oh, look at this little twist of the hips from Patrick.
They've got to get wise to that.
Well, it started in cool conditions. John Barnes is just, I think he's just on the Met Office, just seeing what the weather conditions are now. It's more like back home in Jamaica today.
He's got that big coat on though. My goodness, it must be.
I think it's a sponsorship deal. I think that could be the only reason he's wearing that coat. He must have been paid to wear it by some 1970s hippie clothing company in Cavan Walks.
Do you know what? You hope John one day gets one to fit him, don't you? To be perfectly honest. I know a good tailor's to get it 5 inches taken off the sleeves. And
nothing wrong with Jamie Carragher's wardrobe of clothes. It's Carragher's team in the Liverpool colours, Premier Sports, who have a 2-goal lead as we head into the final 9 minutes. That was Bruce Grobbelaar then with a hat on.
oh my goodness. They need something, Hilco, to get back into this game, Rob.
Well, if they could get a goal, they could make it a harem-scarum. Final few minutes.
Collie Stafford has come off again.
It's like he's on a piece of elastic. The further he gets away, the quicker he comes back. Tom Weedle seeking Wakeford. It's Neil Bailey, neat, tidy, efficient.
Wakeford's been on, hasn't he, for a long time. Oh,
it's a good long throw. Here Scher turns his man, takes his time, but there was just one obstacle too many. Falls to Woodward. Lacked the strength in the shot, and that came off their own man there. That was the big moment. That was it. Tom Weedle, they haven't given up the chase yet. Slipping and sliding. The goalkeeper, well, miscommunicates with Steve Morris, and Steve Morris decides just to safely knock it out of play.
Ryan Scher had the opportunity there. He manoeuvred the ball onto his left foot, just looking, then took another touch, and it was lost.
Tom Weedle's corner. They've sent all of the big players up there. The marking is tight and well cleared off the line by Mickey O'Rourke. Michael O'Rourke, 53 years of a good age to be, that 53. Did play in the All-Ireland University League 32 years ago. Everybody back here. It's a counter-attack. If they can make the right pass, it could be 4 against 1. The one defender being Gavin Kane. Gavin Kane is the only one holding the fort here. Well, he keeps his shape, Gavin. He stemmed the flow, and then he makes a tidy interception. Well, we have hardly mentioned Gavin Kane during the course of this game. He's played a very small part, but he made a major contribution then to keeping this game alive. It was him against 5.
Yeah, there we go. Just gets it. He was there. That's where he should have took his opportunity. Sam gets his shot in. I think it actually hits Rob Wakeford. And in fairness, pitch Setanta, Premier League Sports should have took more of an advantage there. I think it was 4 against 1 at one point.
Hilco Capital need to invest in some new players for next season. Speculate to accumulate. Carragher sending off on Stephen Peck.
Do you think John Barnes' position will be under threat? Under defeat?
I think I won't say his position. He hasn't moved off the same spot all day, but yeah. Oh, he's sledging Jamie Carragher now, but Jamie Carragher's not listening to any of that.
There looks a lot more interest from the Premier Sports lads, doesn't it? All standing there in anticipation, ready for the call from Jamie Carragher, just to inform them that you are on.
I think they're pretty safe to attach the red ribbons to the trophy, as we have 5 minutes remaining in Anfield Stadium.
5 minutes. Oh, slotted in by
the
Mickey.
4th goal. Wilson plays it back in.
Somebody.
Well, he's not sure. He can't pick it. He was a save, but he's scarred by the referee giving the free kick earlier on.
Good
just
reactions.
Hanging on there, aren't they?
Mark Blackman, good reactions.
What, to drop it? Come on, Hilco Capital. 1 goal, make a game of it. A lung-busting run, but Well, coming off his line, the first time he's had to dive in this game, Rory Miscali.
Jimmy Saunders going through there, just not the legs to get onto that pass.
Well, the next player to enter the field of play is going to be Martin Lewis for Hilco Capital. He said he hasn't played for 25 years. Come on, live the dream. Oh, this is the one that the fans have been waiting for. They've waited 86 minutes to see Martin Lewis. He was a season ticket holder at Anfield back in 1971, which precedes Phil Thompson's time at the club.
He was talking to me about some of the great times.
Well, he's clearly the most popular man at Anfield today, Martin Lewis. He's waited a long, long time.
He was absolutely beside himself before the game, chatting to him. He was delighted to be here. Season ticket holder.
Ball is hit long. They've thrown 5 into attack now. Hilco Capital. Now or never. Tears in the eyes of some of the supporters, overcome with emotion.
Opportunity for Rob.
Here's Rob. Oh, referee, that had to be a penalty. Come on, referee, have a heart. He thinks long and hard.
It's Martin's big time.
Well, who are they going to allow to take it? There's a lot of discussion. Martin Lewis, they're trying to persuade him to take it at the Kop end. You wouldn't need an excuse to take it. They look to the manager for leadership.
Either Martin Lewis or Mo Salah.
Well, you would put your money, if you're investing, on Ryan Sher to take it, because he has been the most show-footed player. He has been the outstanding man. There's a lot of discussion.
I think it was a penalty kick as well.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, it will be Sam Woodward. It's a short run up from Woodward. Oh, the goalkeeper's off his line. Again. Oh, brilliant double save from Rory Miscali. Well, we'll need to see the replay to see whether he did a little bit of Bruce Grobbelaars.
He was further off the line, and Jerzy Dudek in 2005 Champions League final.
Well, the goalkeepers union will tell you that is a tremendous double save from Rory Miscali.
Watch this. Watch this. He nearly barges into the referee.
Almost on the 6-yard line. He was almost in the opposition's half. He was so far off his line. Well, that is the major talking point.
Watch this. He was nearly alongside the penalty taker.
Well, he congratulates himself. He's beaten this time. There we go. We have a minute and a half remaining. And
Ryan Sher, he deserves that for his performance today. And he brings it back within 1.
Well, at first it was an attempted overhead kick. He didn't actually take to the air. Kept his balance, kept his head brilliantly. And Ryan Sher has given a gripping finale here. Ball launched in there. Always a chance with Sher, who has been outstanding today. And a fantastic finish. We have 1 scheduled minute. How much longer is the referee going to play in this game? Is he going to give Hilco the opportunity to make it a 3-3 draw? He actually owes us time for the first half because he blew up 30 seconds early. Well, surely they're going to put everybody forward now. Even Mark Blackman, the goalkeeper, is going to join the attack.
Man of the match.
Here is Sher.
Are we allowed?
Sher turns, puts the cross in. Goalkeeper can't get there. Cleared off the line. Here's Martin Lewis. Martin Lewis's big moment. And time stood still for Martin. He was back in 1971, Martin, then. Well, what an escape for Premier Sports. They're just hanging on in there.
Oh, John,
played through by Wilson to Owen. Oh, and Owen can't score at Anfield. Wilson following it up. What a save! What a save from Mark Blackman. You've done yourself proud. Went in there head first like a stuntman.
Absolute fantastic by the goalkeeper. Twice gets up, searches for it. Barry Wilson trying to turn the ball over the line to secure it. And there goes the final whistle. Got to give a man of the match. Am I allowed to give it to somebody on the losing side? I think Ryan Shea, I think deserves it. He deserved his goal. Looking at all the players down there, sensational players that they all were. I think Ryan Shea, silky skills, fantastic performance by him.
Well, there we go. Closer than previous years. Pitch Setanta beaten Hilco Capital by 3 goals to 2. Honourable mentions to Stuart Turner and Casimir Knight scoring the opening 2 goals. Rob Wakeford making it 2-1, a game of it. Roger Hall came on, it was 3-1, and then Ryan Shea gave them a scare in the final few seconds of the match. And I say Phil and I came here not quite knowing what to expect. At first we joked about it being walking football, but it was a fine exhibition, Phil, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I think all the players need mending for that attitude. Some of them are limping around the pitches as we see. But don't forget, it's 90 minutes. The sun has been out for most of the second half. They've been drained. Fair play to the 2 managers, John Barnes, Jamie Carragher, for on and off, making sure that they got the best out of the players. I thought every one of them deserves great applause. Terrific game from both sides. And I think probably just the right score in the end.
Well, as we have the little recap of the goals here, the moments these lads are never ever going to forget.
This is terrific. Plays the 1-2, goes for the return, comes between the players, eye on the ball. Absolutely fantastic.
That turned out to be the decisive winning goal from Roger Hall. Because in the final few seconds there was a comeback from Hilco Capital. That was
drops to make it 2-1.
Yep, 2-1, yeah. Look at this, Rapace. That's why he's your man of the match.
Absolutely. I think he's had so many opportunities as well during the game. And I know it doesn't often get, but this is brilliant play by Shane. Just into there. Roger kept a cool head, lifted it over the goalkeeper, something that he will remember. Just seeing it there, waits for the time, picks the pass, and just lifts it in as the goalkeeper dives too early.
Wasn't quite Roger over and out, was it, because this was the penalty?
This could have been 3-3. Could have been like Istanbul all over again. This is diabolical decision. Referee, your assistants as well. Jersey Dudek so far off his line.
Well, there's a bit of confusion over the throw, but this led to the goal.
Tom Weedle gets the ball into the box.
Yep.
Bit of confusion in there. Slap shot. And I think the man of the match, Ryan Shea, fantastic finish.
Well, his moment finally came. He created so many opportunities. Never going to take that one away from Ryan Shea. He's come a long way in the years from South Africa. Sean Sherry, as you know, back in the day, finally gets his name on the score sheet. And the final score here at Anfield is Pitch Setanta 3, Hilco Capital 2.
No, they're not United. Guys, come back over. Right. You bring over. Hey boys, come on. Boys, come over.
We played Prison for Megan. Mission is playing for them.
John, in your cup. So much to everybody for coming along. Fantastic effort. It's a long way to come for a lot of you, but there's so many people we need to thank properly. Not least of all, Liverpool Football Club, who have been so generous in giving us this space. And bear in mind, the team have still got to train on this pitch before the Champions League final. In many ways, we'd have understood if the answer was no, but they said no, we're committed. So to Liverpool, to the staff, all the physios you've seen today, big thank you to them, please. Also as well, we all upped our game in terms of the venue and everything else. Today was filmed by our good friends here from 24.7? 24/7.tv. That's it. Who not only have they put in extra cameras behind the goals as well, so you'll be delighted to know that everything you did today has been recorded in all its glory, with top commentary from Rob Palmer and Phil Thompson as well. Rob, Phil, quick word with you two.
I'll be delighted to know that.
What did you make? You've commentated on some of the biggest games ever. What did you make of what you've seen today?
If I'm really honest, we both came here wondering what the standard of football would be, and I have to say it was exceptional, wasn't it? Yeah, the lads, given the ages, given the ages and maybe the shapes of some of the guys out there, I thought their standard, they really gave us a show. That was excellent.
I think one of the good things about it is they were all trying to pass the ball. They were all looking and passing it. Yes, there was people at different levels of ability, but you could see in them they all wanted to take part. They all wanted to get on the ball and play. There was a couple of crude challenges which we could see Jamie Carragher applauding, which was Mr. Holt, where are you? Did get a mention, Chopper.
Were you kind to them in commentary?
Couldn't be anything other than kind, really. I mean, they kept showing us slow motion replays, and then we realised that actually wasn't slow motion. That was the real speed. So we had a word with the director.
Yes, we were very complimentary.
Phil, your nose is growing.
That can't get any bigger. Right. Okay, thank you guys. Now, a quick word. First of all, a special round of applause for our two managers who made today, I hope for you guys, extra special. John and Jamie. We'll start with the losing manager. John, your assessment of your squad, their attitude and their performance.
Well, it's a two-legged affair, as you know, and the first leg, away from home 3-2 in my book, is a good result.
It's you may think it's one-legged. However, once we get back to our patch, the dog and duck, we'll be okay. Having heard about last year with I think it was Steve Coupland and Mark Bright, and they lost 4-1 apparently. I was determined to do better this year, and of course my team did me proud. I would argue that their goalkeeper probably had more to do than ours. I would argue, but the boys did really well. A little bit disappointed at the end when you work all week, not only on tactics but on responsibility, and you've got your penalty taker all week. And because someone gets a bit excited, he decides to take the penalty because he's a Liverpool fan and he wants to score in front of the Kop. He misses the penalty. Fortunately, we scored a few minutes later, so that's okay. But this is a lesson to all these young players: just do what you're told.
Which young players? I don't think you've got any.
So no, but the boys did well. The boys did well. I must admit, when I saw the red team, I thought, and hearing from last year, I thought that we're going to be in for a hiding. But I thought it was a fantastic game. Yes, congratulations to the Reds. Worthy winners? Nah, who knows? But my team did well.
Very noble, very noble. Cara, you were victorious. What did you make of your team?
Well, when I heard the score from last year, I felt I was under a little bit of pressure, winning 4-1 last year, 3-2. Still got the victory, but they done well. We had a couple of young lads, good legs in there. We had Dan. Everyone kept shouting like Alan Partridge from the side of the pitch. But no, the lads did well. I think Tomo was right, just passed it. No one trying to be a glory hunter in our team as opposed to their team with the penalty. So they played as a team, and I think that's why we come out on top.
Okay, I'm going to ask you both. We're going to do the medals and trophies inside. John, could you pick a man of the match for your team, please?
Well, I want to give him some encouragement, and he will learn from this. He will learn from this lesson. So I'm going to have Sam as man of the match.
Despite the way you hammered him?
Yeah, despite the way you hammered him, but you've got to knock him down to build him back up. So he's got to get something from Anfield, isn't he? Because he missed the penalty, and he'll remember that for the rest of his life.
Cara?
Where's my centre-back who scored the goal? Did you? Oh, well, I don't know.
You can't pick Stuart.
No, I can't pick Stuart.
We'll never hear the end of it.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'll pick him.
Goal scoring centre half.
Come on.
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
I mean, come on. He just picked him. Where's he going? Sam, come on.
Has he got a man of the match thing?
Upstairs. That's upstairs.
Well done, Sam. Well done, mate.
Yeah, okay.
Well done, guys.
Okay.
A couple of things. This is third year this match has taken place, I think. And these two teams, it's a bit like Oxford and Cambridge. They always seem to get to the final somehow. It's like the boat race. But the spirit between the pair of you is just fantastic. From our point of view, from the charity, it's really, it's not a job today. It's a real pleasure for us to come and put this on. And also, typically in the spirit of this as well, once again, I've just had a call from Paul McGowan, head of Hilco, and he insists that Hilco pick up the bar tab. So open bar, it's all on Hilco. And that's not a gag, it's genuine. So get changed, let's go and have a few beers, a bite to eat, and we'll give you your medals and trophies. Well done, guys. My pumpkin's off. Are we done? Yeah. Oh, right, good.